Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Sonbrille, sunglasses. Sy het die mooiste sonbrille. She has the most beautiful sunglasses. She being me, I definitely do. They're very comfortable. It's really nice if you have this little string thing to keep them there, because then when you're on the beach, it's a kind of cloudy day like today, you don't really need them, but then every now and then the sun just peeps out at you and you just go, voila, I can see. But not today, because it is cloudy and I don't really need them. Strand. Beach. Ons gaan môre Durban strand toe. We're going to Durban Beach tomorrow. Well, if you are going to Durban Beach tomorrow, lucky you. That's the nicest place where the water is all nice and warm and you can swim in the sun, surrounded by lovely, wonderfully happy people. So if you're going to Durban Strand tomorrow, then you're a really lucky person. I'm not at Durban Strand and the sea here is a lot colder, so I won't be swimming today, but if you go, enjoy. Swim. Swimming. Ek swem in die see. I'm swimming in the sea. Clearly, like I just said, I'm not swimming in the sea today because it is freezing here. But if you're at the Durban Strand, then the sea is where you want to be. Oceaan. Ocean. Die oceaan is mooi en blou vandag. The ocean is nice and blue today. Well, it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's beautiful and blue. A lot of those times where it's like spring tide or something and then the water goes all murky and brown and reddy, but not today and not most of the time. So if you're at the ocean, if you're at the strand, have a look at the sea, see what color it is. Try to decipher what shade of blue it is. I love playing that game. And then you get everyone around you to say a color and then you actually search the color and see which one of you got the closest one. I never win. But it's quite nice to notice the little things. So notice the actual color of the ocean water or the sand around you or even the plants and things on the tree. Like notice what their little leaves look like, what the little bird walking on the sand's little feet look like. These little details really add to having the most wonderful, fulfilling beach day experience. So check out the sea, check if it's blue, and if it is, then the oceaan is mooi and blou. Reis in die buiteland. To travel abroad. Ek hou daarvan om in die buiteland te reis. I like to travel abroad. I love to travel abroad, and I bet you do too. I mean, I think everyone does. If South Africa is abroad for you, then you'll love it even more to travel abroad over here and do all the things and see all the places and meet all the people. And yeah, traveling's the best. You're seeing new cultures, learning new languages like Afrikaans. Reis, travel, do it all the way, all the time, as much as you can, while you can. Ontspan op die strand. To relax at the beach. Hulle geniet dit om elke dag op die strand te ontspan. They like to relax on the beach every day. Who doesn't like to relax on the beach every day? On a sunny, wonderful day where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, we're just in the perfect temperature. The water's a bit cold over here, depends on which strand you go to, but ontspan op die strand is such a summery thing, such a thing that you should definitely know how to say if you're planning on spending the summer in South Africa, because a lot of us do it. There's a lot of these surfer people everywhere. So enjoy it. Enjoy your ontspanning op die strand. Om Afrikaans te leer op afrikaanspod101.com. To learn Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com. Dit is lekker om Afrikaans te leer met afrikaanspod101.com. It is fun to learn Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com. Well, of course it is. We're here right now, aren't we? I'm in summer, isn't it? So if you're here, watch these videos, learn these things. In the summer, it's lekker te leer Afrikaans and on afrikaanspod101.com. And then you can go out in the evening or in the day or the next day and use the things that you've learned. So what a better time to do it is when you're here, and what a better time to be here than in the summer. Om te leer Suid-Afrikaanse kos te maak. To learn to cook South African food. Sy moet leer hoe om Suid-Afrikaanse kos te maak. She has to learn how to cook South African food. I think everyone should learn how to cook South African food because South African food is yummy. There's so many, we're quite big on the meats and the veggies and the yummy barbecued dishes. So I think it's a must. It's a love and it's a great thing to do. It's good to learn it. It's good to eat it. So if you learn it, you can make it and eat it. So it's a win-win. A braai te hê. To have a barbecue. Dit is lekker om elke naweek te braai. It's nice to have a barbecue every weekend. If you're South African, you definitely will be having a braai every weekend. I know I do. It's such a thing, like I was just saying about the meat on the barbecue. It's very, very South African, and you can't come to South Africa or you can't know South African people who don't have a braai elke naweek. It's just great atmosphere, great jol, have some drink in the hand, the sun in the sky, braai. Very, very lovely. Nice memories to make, nice memories to remember. Just have a braai. Sandkasteel. Sandcastle. Die kinders bou 'n sandkasteel. The children are building a sandcastle. Who doesn't love building sandcastles on the beach? You don't have to be a child to do it. I actually did it yesterday with a little kid. So I was playing with him, but I think I was the one enjoying it more than he was. You can build big ones, small ones, lots of little ones, add them all together. You can make those drippy ones with wet sand. Like, sandcastles are endless creations of fun and creativity. So if you don't like building one with a bucket and a spade and all that stuff, and you're one of the looser creative types, you can use your hands, use tools. The best thing about sand is you can do almost anything with it. So go, when you're next to the beach, go make a spectacularly amazing sandkasteel and show your friends, take a photo, post it on Instagram, do whatever. But most of all, before doing all those things, just enjoy it. It's such a nice thing to just play with your hands and do things and make things, and it's such a nice stress relief. So not only are you in the sun, having fun, swimming in your nuwe swembroek, using your hands, stress relief, creativity. It's just, what a better way to spend your day at the beach than making sandkasteel. Gety. Tide. Die gety is baie hoog vandag. The tide is very high today. Well, actually, it's not where I am right now. It's actually quite low tide, but yesterday it was such a hoë gety. I came to the beach and we could only walk on like this much sand because there was so much water everywhere. And sometimes it's nice to be here at low tide because there's lots of sand for you to walk on and play on and run on and do whatever you want to do on the beach. But actually, it's also really nice to come in the hoë gety because then you're seeing all the little bubbles and all the little snails that come out of the ocean, and the whole beach becomes alive because there's so much life in the water that's now surrounding the beach that you're usually running on. So it's quite cool that it changes so much in one day, but that space of sand is enjoyed by not only us when it's low tide, but also by all the little sea creatures living in the sea sand that we don't really notice until it's hoë gety and they come out and swim and play and whatever. So it's quite a cool thought to think of, don't you think? Om fiets te ry. Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike. Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike. Om fiets te ry spaar geld. Riding a bike saves money. It really does. You don't have to pay for petrol, you don't have to pay for car insurance, you don't have to pay for any of those things. All you have to pay for is a helmet, some little lights, maybe a bell, and your bike, and then voila, you're right there. You've got your exercise in for the day, you're not contributing to pollution, and you feel better. People smile at you as you drive past, and you get to work with a smile on your face because you have those endorphins pumping. Just ride a bike. It's better for you, it's better for the environment. Win, 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 like I always say. Om te gee vir die omgewing. Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment. Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment. Meer mense kan omgee vir die omgewing. more people can care for the environment. If we teach our children to, if we stick to all the rules that we've just been through, then yes, maybe we can encourage and inspire others to be like us, to do the same things, to be those earthy people that makes everyone cringe a little bit, but also have so much pride for, because they're the ones that, after all, they're the ones that can make a difference in this world. Om energie te spaar. Om energie te spaar. To save energy. Om energie te spaar. To save energy. Daar is baie maniere om energie te spaar. There are many ways to save energy. There's many ways to save energy. For example, it's so easy when you leave your bedroom, switch the light off. While you're brushing your teeth, close the tap while you're brushing and then just quickly rinse your toothbrush again afterwards. We're not just talking about electricity here. We're talking about anything that you can save, anything that's left on when it doesn't really need to be. Switch the TV off, switch the radio off if you're not really listening, if it's just a little bit of background noise. Saving energy can save so much. Not only does it save you money, but it'll also save all the extra things going into the air that we don't even know about. So just try, switch the light off next time you leave the room, or like I said, don't leave taps running. Water is so scarce. If you're not used to it being scarce, come live in Cape Town. Om 'n boom te plant. Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree. Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree. Kinders geniet dit om 'n boom te plant. Children enjoy planting trees. Not only children, I also love planting trees. What a nice way to add, to give back to our Mother Earth. People don't plant trees often enough. People cut them down left, right, and center. Make me a house. I need some wood. Cut me down a forest. No. It's so easy. Just go to the local nursery, buy a little plant, buy a little tree, go find a piece of ground and stick it in. It's so easy, and it helps our earth, and it helps the air we're breathing be a little bit more clear. Planting trees is such an enriching experience, so much more than people think. So if you have children, if you have a niece or a nephew, or your friend has a baby, not a baby, a child, take them to plant a tree. Watch how much they enjoy it. Watch how much you enjoy it. And then try and make it a ritual. Do it every week. Do it every month. Do it every year. It doesn't have to be that often, but if every person plants a tree, think about the big difference that we can all make. Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight recently? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight lately? It's quite a harsh thing to say to someone, something you should learn but not say. Know it so that if someone tells you, you can be like, no, I haven't, thanks, and it's got nothing to do with you anyway. And if you have, who cares? Like, love yourself, love your body, and ignore people who ask you if you've picked up weight. Jy het 'n grys haar. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. This is quite scary, especially if you're getting a little bit older, but not that much older, and you're finding a grys haar, and you're like, my life is going so quickly. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just pluck it out, or dye it, or actually just own it. Go grey. Grey is the new black. Well, I don't know. It's grey is the new grey, but own it. Own yourself, own your body, own your hair, own everything. It's making you a happier person that way. Ek het jou gesê. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Hate hearing this from people because it means you were wrong, and ek het jou gesê, it sounds so condescending, but if you're the one to say it, you're feeling a little bit better, so I guess it's one to learn and hopefully use. Jy is afgedank. Jy is afgedank. You're fired. Jy is afgedank. You are fired. So this one is quite terrible. No one really wants to hear that. And unfortunately in Afrikaans, it doesn't even have that punch, like, yes, afgedank. Doesn't really sound as much as you're fired. But if someone says that to you, I'm really sorry. Good luck finding a new job. And maybe ask why so that you can change something, I guess.
Dit is nie jy nie, dis ek. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me.
Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me. Another one that we definitely don't want to hear if you're in a relationship and they're ending things with you or telling you something and it's not you, it's me. Ugh, you're right. It probably is you, but they're just trying to be polite. But if you're using this one, maybe don't. Like, learn it in Afrikaans. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. But don't use it in that way because most of the time it's just something that softens the blow, but it doesn't really actually do that.
Môre. Môre. Morning.
Ek gaan môre kom kuier. I'm going to come visit tomorrow. This one has a r like before. It's a little bit easier, but you have to remember to read môre, because in English it's spelled like more. So don't say more, say môre. And the older generations of Afrikaans people, they might say it a little bit differently, and they sometimes say môre, but it's more commonly used as môre.
Lekker. Lekker. Nice. Delicious.
Die kos is baie lekker. This food is very nice. This word is a must. You must learn how to say this word. Lekker. Lekker. Because it is used all the time in South Africa. Everything is lekker. Not just the kos that we were just talking about. The weather is lekker. The party was lekker. The drink is lekker. My friends are lekker. It's just a word that we use all the time. So it's definitely lekker to know the word lekker.
Rol. Rol. Roll.
Die pen het gerol. The pen rolled. This one is funny because roll, all you have to do is roll your tongue on your mouth, so it makes the r sound like before. Roll. It's quite nice to say, actually, if you say it a couple of times in a row. Roll.
Gek. Gek. Crazy.
Die man is gek om te spring. The man is crazy to jump. You're saying that because you're watching some bungee jumping show or someone jumping out of an airplane. They are gek. And gek is also a bit of a gek word to know because it's of the g sound and the ek, which means me. So it's like you're saying you are gek, but you're not really. But it's a gek word. It's a gek lekker word. Crazy nice word.
Lach. Lach. Laugh.
Ek lag elke dag vir my hond. I laugh at my dog every day. Lach is such a lekker word. To laugh is it's the greatest thing ever. So it's important to learn this word because maybe learning how to say it will make you laugh and then you'll have a happy memory and remember the word and it's a win-win situation.
Raas. Raas. Noise.
Die bure raas baie. The neighbors are very noisy. Just like me sitting here in the park today where there's a lot of people around me having picnics and everything and there's quite a lot of noise going on, but at least the raas isn't too much for me to make this lovely video and teach you some Afrikaans. So raas.
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way.
Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive. Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person, because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first, because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending.
Asseblief. Asseblief. Please.
Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something.
Dankie. Dankie. Thank you.
Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit, because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie.
Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome.
Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response. If someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome. Jy is welkom. Because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted, and you don't mind telling them. So jy is welkom.
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight recently?
Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight lately? It's quite a harsh thing to say to someone, something you should learn but not say. Know it so that if someone tells you, you can be like, no, I haven't, thanks, and it's got nothing to do with you anyway. And if you have, who cares? Like, love yourself, love your body, and ignore people who ask you if you've picked up weight.
Jy het 'n grys haar. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair.
Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. This is quite scary, especially if you're getting a little bit older, but not that much older, and you're finding a grys haar, and you're like, my life is going so quickly. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just pluck it out, or dye it, or actually just own it. Go grey. Grey is the new black. Well, I don't know. It's grey is the new grey, but own it. Own yourself, own your body, own your hair, own everything. It's making you a happier person that way.
Ek het jou gesê. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so.
Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Hate hearing this from people because it means you were wrong. And ek het jou gesê, it sounds so condescending. But if you're the one to say it, you're feeling a little bit better. So I guess it's one to learn and hopefully use.
Jy is afgedank. Jy is afgedank. You're fired.
Jy is afgedank. You are fired. So this one is quite terrible. No one really wants to hear that. And unfortunately in Afrikaans, it doesn't even have that punch. Like, jy's afgedank. Doesn't really sound as much as you're fired. But if someone says that to you, I'm really sorry. Good luck finding a new job. And maybe ask why so that you can change something, I guess.
Dit is nie jy nie, dis ek. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me.
Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me. Another one that we definitely don't want to hear if you're in a relationship and they're ending things with you or telling you something and it's not you, it's me. Ugh, you're right. It probably is you, but they're just trying to be polite. But if you're using this one, maybe don't. Like, learn it in Afrikaans. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. but don't use it in that way, because most of the time it's just something that softens the blow, but it doesn't really actually do that.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position has been filled.
Dankie vir jou CV. Ons het die posisie gevul. Thank you for your resume. However, the position's already been filled. Unfortunately, you've just been fired and now you're trying to find a new job and they're telling you that there's no more new job left and you're just not in a great space. And I'm really sorry if you're in this space. I'm just wishing you all the best of luck and hopefully you never have to hear these things. I'm sorry.
Ons moet ander mense sien. Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people.
Ons moet ander mense sien. We should see other people. This is almost as bad as the it's not you, it's me thing, except it's a little bit more open and honest and just telling people how you feel. So I guess if you're in that position, remember how to say, ons moet ander mense sien.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today.
Ek het nie jou geld vandag nie. I don't have your money today. That sucks if it's the end of the month and you've kind of run through all your spendings have been high and you've run through all your savings and your boss tells you that they don't have your geld vandag and it sucks and means you're going to have to be living on rice or popcorn or something for a couple of days. I mean, I've been there. But yeah, not a great one to hear either. These things are making me feel like life's very hard right now.
Ons moet praat. Ons moet praat. We need to talk.
Ons moet praat. We need to talk. Here's another one of those relationship shooters that we really don't like to hear. Even though sometimes they can be positive, you know, like we need to talk about moving in together or something like that. But since we're in this list, we're going to assume that ons moet praat means that we're going to be seeing other people or something along those unfortunate lines.
Jou kar is gesteel. Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen.
Jou kar is gesteel. Your car is stolen. Definitely don't want to hear that one ever. It's a lot of money and a lot of issues and a lot of admin to get that fixed and get it back or get it found or get a new one or insurance or like, there's so many things that come with this stupid little sentence of jou kar is gesteel. So pay a car guard or park in a parking lot or try not to put your car in a place where it can be stolen. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. Jy lyk goed vandag. You look good today. What's that? Oh, thanks. I just assume that you returned the compliment. But it's always something that we really like to hear, especially if it's coming from that person that we've got our eye on. But it's also just nice to tell people, if you walk past someone and you think they're looking good, let them know that they look like goed vandag. Because it's always nice to make someone else's day. Ek mis jou. I miss you. Ek mis jou. I miss you. Long lost friends, long lost lovers, parents in different countries, whatever. Today's world, we're all over the globe. Our friends live in China. Our brother lives in England. Today, it's really common to know people that live really, really far away from us. And it's nice to sometimes receive a message saying, they miss you. But it's also really nice to send a message to let someone know that you miss them. So get that phone out, think about that friend, and let them know, ek mis jou. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. Jy het 'n goeie werk gedoen. You did a great job. That's always the best one you want to hear at school or at work, because it means that you're on the right track, you're doing something good, and at the end of the day, you might get rewarded. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month. Daar sal 'n bonus aan die einde van die maand wees. There will be a bonus at the end of the month.
If, like I said before, jy doen goeie werk, then maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, it means you're going to get that bonus at the end of the month and you can go on that extra long Christmas holiday this year. So, keep up the goeie werk. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Jy is 'n uitstekende kok. You're an excellent cook. Now, that's one that you want to say for when your parents come over for dinner for the first time in your new flat, or you're inviting that boy over that you've had your eye on, and you're cooking them a fancy dinner, and it's the first time that you're using this new saucepan you bought yesterday, and they tell you that, and just, oh, what a relief. The food was great. The guy thinks it's great, or your parents think it's great. Anyone is happy to know that their food is good because it means that you're going to get to enjoy it the most because you get to have your food every night. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. Vat 'n breek, ek sal vandag skoonmaak. Take a break, I'll do the cleaning today. That's the best to hear from your partner or your parents or your flatmate. What a great day it is when you get to just lounge on the sofa, watch some TV, catch up on those sports, do anything you want, even some painting or crafting. If you don't have to do the cleaning up, make a mess. No jokes, be nice, because next time it is your turn and then you're going to have to clean up someone else's mess. So just enjoy the day off. Enjoy it when someone tells you that they'll be doing the cleaning, because next minute it'll be your turn again. En jy wen, and you win. En jy wen, and you win. Whatever you're doing, whether it's Saturday night and you're playing board games or you're playing card games on the beach with some friends, it's always a great one to hear that you're the winner, because it means that you did your best and you won. So you've earned it. Jy was reg. You were right. Jy was reg. You were right. You won that argument. You were right when you said that this was the case and they said that was the case. It's such a nice feeling. You get all bubbly inside when someone you've been arguing with or just made a point tells you that you were right. It's like the I told you so, and it's the best feeling ever. Who doesn't love that? Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. Ek het jou iets besonders gebring. I brought you something special. What an exciting thing to hear. You've just come home, you've had a really long day and your friend's coming over and they tell you that they bought you something besonders. How exciting. Open it up straight away and just remember, if you don't like it, still look surprised because they think it's besonders. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. Die begroting is onbeperk. The budget is unlimited. You've got an unlimited budget, an onbeperkte begroting, to do whatever you want to make this party, this function, this shebang the best one there is, because you've got everything you need. You can get anything you want. Go crazy and enjoy it while it lasts, because it doesn't come around often.
What do you feel like eating?
Wat is jy lus om te eet? Wat is jy lus om te eet?
What do you recommend?
Wat stel jy voor? Wat stel jy voor?
What do you want?
Wat wil jy hê? Wat wil jy hê?
What happened?
Wat het gebeur? Wat het gebeur?
What time does it open?
Watter tyd maak dit oop? Watter tyd maak dit oop?
What time is it?
Wat is die tyd? Wat is die tyd?
What would you like to drink?
Wil jy graag iets sê om te drink? Wil jy graag iets sê om te drink?
What's for dinner?
Wat is vir aandete? Wat is vir aandete?
What's the next stop?
Wat is die volgende stop? Wat is die volgende stop?
What's the temperature?
Wat is die temperatuur? Wat is die temperatuur?
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's pretty straightforward. It's a greeting. It's what you say to everyone. It sounds the same as most languages, so it's an easy one to remember.
Nuus. Nuus. News.
Ek het baie goeie nuus. I have very good news. I hope you have very goeie nuus to tell me, because if you do, it means you've learned the ch and the nuus, which is what makes that word a bit harder than others. So this one is u. You're making this weird shape with your mouth. U. Goeie nuus.
Gebruik. Gebruik. Use.
Kan ek jou kar gebruik? Can I use your car? This one's a little bit as awkward as that question, because you don't really want to give someone else your car just in case something happens, but you do because you're a nice person and they're your friend. So this is that word. You really want to learn it because it's the word for using any word. So the word is gebruik, the ch sound as before, and now we've added a new sound, ui. Ui. Gebruik.
Rak. Rak. Shelf.
Die rak is vol stof. The shelf is full of dust. This word it doesn't have the ch that we've been talking about, but now we've got a new sound in Afrikaans that a lot of people in different languages struggle with a little bit, and it's the rrr, as if your tongue is jumping up and down in your mouth. Rrr, rak.
Bewaar. Bewaar. To conserve.
Bewaar, to conserve. Die natuur moet bewaar word. Nature needs to be conserved. We do, like I said before, we need to protect our planet, but we also need to conserve our planet. Make sure there's always some greenery around you. Make sure you support that local park or the gardens next to the street, and don't throw your rubbish there, or make sure no one builds a house on a nice, beautiful mountain. We need to conserve our nature, conserve our animals, and just make sure it's still there for our children and our grandchildren. People say these things all the time, but it's so true. You need to make sure that the future will still be able to have this beautiful world that we're living in right now. Seashell. Dit is a pink seeskulp. This is a pink seashell. Well, as you can see, I do not have a pink seashell to show you. At the moment, it was very rough high tide here last night, so all the shells are a little bit under the sand and all over the place, and I couldn't really find a nice pink one to show you today. But I challenge you to go find me one and let me know later in the comments if you found a beautiful pink seashell, a beautiful pink seeskulp. Swembroek, swimsuit. Ek het 'n nuwe swembroek gekoop. I bought a new swimsuit. I did buy a new swimsuit at the beginning of the year when it was full-time summer blazing in the sun all day, every day. Right now I'm not going to show you my swimsuit because, like I said before, it's super cold here and it's not my time to swim. But it might be yours, so go get your new swembroek and get in that water and splash around. Oceaan, ocean. Die oceaan is mooi en blou vandag. The ocean is nice and blue today. Well, it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's beautiful and blue. A lot of those times where it's like spring tide or something and then the water goes all murky and brown and reddy, but not today and not most of the time. So if you're at the ocean, if you're at the strand, have a look at the sea, see what color it is. Try to decipher what shade of blue it is. I love playing that game. And then you get everyone around you to say a color, and then you actually search the color and see which one of you got the closest one. I never win, but it's quite nice to notice the little things. So notice the actual color of the ocean water, or the sand around you, or even the plants and things on the tree. Like, notice what their little leaves look like, what the little bird walking on the sand's little feet look like. These little details really add to having the most wonderful, fulfilling beach day experience. So check out the sea, check if it's blue, and if it is, then the oceaan is mooi and blou. Gesondheid. Cheers. Gesondheid. Gesondheid. Cheers. Gesondheid. Kom ons kry nog een. Gesondheid. Kom ons kry nog een. Cheers. Let's get another one. So you're out. That's another thing we like doing here, especially after watching the Lions rugby. You go, oh, cheers, we won or we lost or whatever, however they're doing. And you go grab another because why not? If not, why not? Liefde. Love. Liefde. Liefde. Love. My hond ken net liefde. My hond ken net liefde. My dog only knows love. Oh, that's so true. I mean, if you have a dog or a cat or any kind of pet that you have at in the house all the time, it's so nice. Like, you can have an argument with anyone, you can have the worst day ever, but you know when you get home, you're going to get that cuddle, you're going to get that love from your little pet. So hopefully your pets are as lovable as mine, and your dogs also ken net liefde. Dankie. Dankie. Thank you. Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit, because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie. Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome. Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response if someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome, jy is welkom, because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted and you don't mind telling them, so jy is welkom. Ja. Ja. Yes. Ja. Yes. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Positive response to something. So, pretty easy. Nee. Nee. No. Nee. No. Also pretty straightforward, but try not to use it so much because it's going to be a downer on anyone. Unless it's something definitely that needs a no for a response. But ja and nee, pretty easygoing. Used quite often, so good ones to remember. Okay. 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 It's very simple because it's the same as the English and most other languages, just like I said, hello. Okay means, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do this, or okay, I'll have that for lunch, or okay, you make the plans. It's used every day in so many different ways, so it's easy to remember, okay.
August.
Augustus. Augustus.
Autumn.
Herfst. Herfst.
Back door.
Agterdeur. Agterdeur.
Backbone.
Ruggraat. Ruggraat.
Beautiful.
Pragtig. Pragtig.
Banana.
Pisang. Pisang.
Bandage.
Verband. Verband.
Barley.
Gaars. Gaars.
Basement.
Kelder. Kelder.
Bathe.
But.
Bathroom.
Badkamer. Badkamer.
Be late.
Laat wees. Laat wees.
Beard.
Baard. Baard.
Beautiful.
Pragtig. Pragtig.
Bed.
Bed. Bed.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.